Let's bowl! Believers, we in the building. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. If you're not a believer by now, I don't know what more you need to see. My man Bo had 307 yards, 4 touchdowns, and he had an epic day. His first 300-yard game as the Denver Broncos quarterback. And I want to welcome you guys into the DNVR Broncos post-game show presented by Bet365. You can download the Bet365 app and use code DNVR365. Deposit $10 and place a bet of $5 to get $150 in bonus bets, and the code to get the first 2 months of Altitude Plus courtesy of Bet365. Now, as I look at this game, I feel like you always got to pass the eye test. And for me, it felt like Bo did everything that the team needed him to do today, and he definitely passed my eye test. Not only that, I think he is outpacing Jaden Daniels to win Rookie of the Year at this very moment. How do you guys feel?
What a game. Well, first off, I want to say shout out to my little mans. I had to give them away. They called me earlier. So I had to make sure I give them away.
What's up, baby?
What's up, little man? But no, I think you're right. I think he's on pace right now to be probably for this month, if you keep it up, Rookie of the Month. I think he's definitely on pace to do that. And not even just that. I think if he keep it up for the next 4 or 5 games of the season, and he really set a tone for himself, he can mess around and be Rookie of the Season. And I think he is putting them numbers up for an argument for it. And yes, I think we was very critical of him at the beginning of the season, saying he had to learn how to be consistent, saying he had to know how to find those open receivers. And the last 4 to 5 weeks, I say, Bo, round of applause, dude. You are improving. You are progressing.
Come on,
you are
young man.
doing it. Keep doing it.
Young man.
Yeah, definitely keep on doing it. Okay, with that. Hey, turn it up.
Let's go.
It's time for some bottles in here. You know what I'm saying?
Bottles coming in. No, yeah, I agree with both of you guys. I think that was a really good game from Bo. Kept it down distance short, you know what I mean? Made some throws off balance. Once again, for I think another week in a row. He wasn't running out of the pocket, trying to do crazy stuff. He sat in the pocket. Just give it to the playmakers and let them make plays, right?
Yes.
And the biggest thing, I think, for all these weeks is that he's protecting the ball. Love to see that, man. Can't be giving it away to the other team. So I just thought it was a good day. I think defense went out there and did what they always do. You know what I mean? Shut down the opposite, the opponent's offense, and then let this offense trying to go out there, our offense try to go out there and make some plays. And we were able to get the ball, in the end zone, which we didn't do last week too much either. But this week was good. I thought it was a really good game by Bo, honestly. But I think you can argue that this was. You think this is the best game from Bo?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say this is probably the best. I think last week's game against KC was absolutely one of his phenomenal games.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I will say you can argue and say
some better
last
games.
week was a better game from Bo. For me, anyway. Even though statistically it looked really good on paper for today, I think last week was a better game by Bo. The way he was able to control the offense, and then at the end of the day,
the way he
drive down
the way
in
he
the
was able to
last
drive.
game. Last series of the game. Get them down in field goal position to help them win the game. So I think just him showing that, for me, I think was more important than him going out there today and taking advantage of a Falcons team that, really wasn't that good.
I get what you mean. You're really giving them mad credit, and that's the thing I like about it. So you're like you're playing it where it's like, we're gonna say this is not his best game, but at the end of the day, like, to have 2 of these type of games,
back to back,
consistently against one of the top teams, and then 2 against a pretty okay team, to see that happen where you can go out there and show out against a top team and come back and lay an egg, and then see this guy just come week after week be as consistent as he's doing. I just say, he's definitely is having games that are going to be arguably some of his best games at the end of the season. We're going to be having to put 2 or 3, 4 of the games out there to say which one was his best game, because he's just putting up ridiculous numbers right now.
I think he's having a great stretch of games. Before we go any further, make sure you guys hit us with a thumbs up for us on the post-game show here. But The reason why I feel like this is Bo Nix's best game is because can you guys tell me who finished the game at quarterback?
It was
you mean
number 8. Number 8, right?
That
means what?
He was so good through the first 3.5 quarters. We don't even need you for the rest. Just go get you some Gatorade, get you a jacket if you need it. You know what I'm saying? We got athletic trainers out there. Get you a massage if you need it. You was balling out. Go ahead and take the rest of the day off.
No, I get that. But then, I mean, I feel like we're not sleeping on this side of the ball, but you got to also give credit to this defense and what they've been doing. Because when this defense is able to play with a lead, you can see what they're able to do.
Yes.
And they'll shut you down. I think, and then today, it was all phases of the game. I think special teams did well, defense, and then, of course, offense. So when you win that many phases of the game, you're going to come out with victories. But, I mean, statistically, like you said, this is his best game. But for me, I think he showed me a little bit more last week that he can at least get the ball down there versus a better team than the Falcons and put us in a position to win. So, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I think it's 2 tough teams. You know, you got the 9-0 Kansas City Chiefs they faced last week. You got the 6-4 Falcons that had a winning record coming into this game, top of their respective division. So I think it was a tough game. I think he played really, really well, and it was complimentary football. I mean, like you said, Bo Nix, he had 304 passing yards, 4 touchdowns, but this Denver Broncos defense really held the Atlanta Falcons to almost nothing. Kirk Cousins had 173 yards, 0 touchdowns, and 1 interception. And Bijan Robinson, I think you can all say he's a top 5 running back in the league as far as talent is concerned. 12 carries, averaging 2.9 yards to carry. I think that offense and defense played extremely well tonight.
Shoot, and then a lot of guys, I think, stepped up on defense, especially on that line. You know, Zach Allen went down a little bit with the ankle. Those guys, the second and third string guys were like, hey, bro, let me go in there and eat as well. So, you know what I mean?
I think that's the biggest thing. We were talking about it earlier in the pregame. That's the biggest thing that helps this Denver Broncos defense is that they have a front all the way across the board where it's not just one guy standing out. You literally have both ends participating. You have all 3 interior guys participate. And not even just that, you have your guys coming off the bench, not being the 6th man, not being the 8th man, but the 9th man coming in and getting sacks, making tackles for loss, having a party in the backfield. When you could constantly have this many guys on your interior front go out there and constantly ball out week in and week out, it just makes that much easier for Vince Joseph to go out there and be confident to draw up as much slants and as much stunts up front and much pressures as you can because you know you got the players that can execute and they are living up to the hype every single week.
It feels like they continue to play really well under Vance Joseph's leadership. And one guy that we got to give credit to that is balling out. He has 9 sacks in 9 games right now. Nick Bonito. What are you guys seeing from him and his ability to get to the quarterback right now?
He's just nonstop. I think even times when you think he's getting blocked, like even his last sack today, right? He's getting blocked. He spins back, gets right to the quarterback right before he get right back to the line of scrimmage, get a sack of the day. He's just a player that constantly going. No matter when he gets the opportunity, no matter when he steps out on that field, he's every snap he's shooting off that rock and he's making his presence be felt. And as you can see, 9 games, 9 sacks. He ain't been missed.
Yeah, it's the same thing. It comes back to what? Consistency.
Yep.
He's not going into a week and then disappearing. Every week he's in the stat lines for sacks, and now other teams got to understand that, right? And now that opens up maybe someone else on the edge, or a Roach through the middle, or a Myers, getting a sack through the middle of the of the defense. So, just the consistency. Same thing on the offensive side with Bo, being consistent and not turn over the ball, man. That's at the end of the day result in the wins.
I always feel like when you look at this front 4 or 5, depending on what front they're in, you got to pick your poison. Every single one of those guys can win their one-on-one. So who are you going to double? You can double Zach Allen. Okay, well, Nick Bonito has a one-on-one. He'll probably win that. You can double Nick Bonito. Okay, well, now Cooper and JFM have one-on-ones. I feel like they make it really tough on offensive coordinators trying to pick their poison to decide, like, who are we going to block on any given play.
And I think you can't necessarily even choose who to block or who to double team because these guys are moving too much.
Yeah.
When you can get guys that's athletically and have that ability to be able to slant and get upfield, like we talk about this every week, it's not them getting washed down the line of scrimmage. It's getting upfield. And when these guys can do that, man, it makes the game plan that much easier. You have no choice but to get beat because, like you said, you got one-on-ones almost every time.
Exactly.
You can't really double team nobody because these guys are constantly moving. I don't think I really see too many plays where these guys just line up and they just get off straight going forward, right? And when they're doing that, it's like in short field position. You know you're getting a double team. It's expected, right? And everybody gonna get a double team almost across the board. So in these passing situations, I think Vance Joseph does a good job keeping his guys one-on-one.
Are y'all super impressed with the win though?
I'm very impressed
100% because I don't think this was a slouch team. I think they have up and down games as a team, but as far as a unit, if you talked about teams early on in the season that talent suggested they were supposed to be really good teams, talk about Bijan Robinson, Drake London, Kirk Cousins, Justin Simmons, and Jesse Bates, like they were supposed to be a really talented team. And as far as their record shows, they were still better than we were. So you talking about record for record. We went on and beat a team that, is not a bottom tier team. So it's not like beating the Saints without Derek Carr. It's not like beating the Carolina Panthers. I think this means more than those games.
And then at the same time, gives you that momentum. I think going into this little stretch that I think we can win the next three. Honestly. So I think it's a great momentum boost. But for me, I'm not super duper impressed. It's a really great win though. All sides of the ball. You know what I mean? So you can't take that for granted. But I think it's really good momentum booster for these next couple of games that I think the Broncos can win all.
So what will be your downer to this game? What would be the reason you're
downer.
down?
No downer.
Help us understand.
You had a pretty decent.
Hold
on. You had a pretty decent run game today.
Yes.
It's okay.
It was pretty decent. It was complimentary run the offense.
Yeah.
It was great passing offense.
Yep.
We wanted to see him get these screens involved and really open up the playbook. We saw that happen. We wanted to see some tight ends get involved.
Yep.
We saw that happen. We got to the other side of the ball on defense. Was very consistent. Didn't let them get into the end zone at all today. 0 touchdowns. Just only held them to field goals the whole time. And then we go on special teams. Special teams executed. Got them backed up into their own end zone a few times. We had some big returns on special teams with Mims. Tell me where this was impressive.
I love it.
Tell me where it was impressive.
It was a complete game. It comes down to the competition of your opponent. Like I didn't find that the Falcons were very that good. No,
okay.
I don't think they're very
good.
And Kirk Cousins has not looked like the old Kirk Cousins this whole year, honestly.
Yes, I see what you're
saying.
saying.
So I'm just saying, just those little things. But was it
But was that not a testament? Was that not a testament to what the team did to them?
No.
So not the last couple of weeks, them winning and beating on the Saints and all them.
I think we have to go out there and beat them still.
This is more impressive than like the Saints and
for sure.
And what you call for sure. But like you mentioned it, they did everything well today.
Very well.
But like that's what I'm saying. It was still, did they do this versus a top tier team? No, but they didn't do it versus a bottom tier team either, right?
Exactly. So let me ask you a question. I know the Broncos came in here and really whooped on the Falcons 38-6. Would you say that you were more impressed with even the loss last week to a 9-0 Kansas City Chiefs team than you were in this game?
Exactly.
Okay.
I think so because, like I said, what Bo did late in that game to drive them down to get them to win, it is a better team. We're talking about a 9-0 Chiefs team that's on fire. I think last week was better.
9-1.
They lost today.
She just lost.
Good. To the Bills, baby.
Oh yeah.
Let's
That's
go
what
Bills.
people were talking about. Is
They
losing
wanted.
to them.
I feel like they wanted to lose though. They were in a position to lose the game.
They wanted to lose.
Yeah.
You can get that. And then you mentioned it too, though. Jurrell is I think the play calling for real today was awesome.
It was awesome
from Sean Payton.
Yes.
I mean, hit you with a little bit of everything. Let you hit a little bootleg, dump to the tight end. Okay, a little bootleg. Toss it over to Sutton. Okay, let's hit him with a couple screens in the red zone.
Yeah.
I mean, the play calling was definitely tremendous to that.
Yes.
Yeah, and I felt like Sean Payton was really in his bag because if you watch the game, he was able to score 2 touchdowns on the same screen with two different players. So he was definitely in his bag, and we got to give a shout out to his wide receivers. I think Bo did a great job of spreading the ball around. Courtland Sutton was 7 for 78. Devaughn Vele was 4 for 66. Lil Jordan Humphries was 4 for 54 and a touchdown. Marvin Mims was 2 for 49 and a touchdown. Javonte was 4 for 28. Franklin was 2 for 15 and a touchdown. Like everybody got to eat today.
Everybody got to
You know, it wasn't that he just found Courtland Sutton and used him as his outlet, and he was really leaning on him as a young rookie quarterback. He found his veteran receiver. Like, it didn't matter who you were. If you came today in a Broncos uni, you either found the end zone or you got a whole bunch of yards.
And I think that's the thing I'm liking about Bo Nix. He's actually finding and using every one of his weapons.
Yeah.
You know, you a lot of times you'd be thinking like, dang, this play is designed for a certain player. And you can really see that he's out there reading the field. He's out there finding guys, getting there, avoiding sacks, finding guys on the run, open, and before, like we were saying, he pinned the ball behind him. Got to get a little bit more. He's leading these guys now.
Yeah.
He's putting it in front of where these guys can now make plays. And that's what you look for. And that's what you love to see out of your quarterback. And Bo Nix is definitely doing that. And you can see, what's that? 8 different, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different receivers touch the ball today.
Can I say one
for
thing?
multiple catches at that.
Say what you need to say, brother.
All right, let me ask y'all a question first.
Okay.
Go ahead.
And I just want to hear what you guys think, real fast. Out of 100 throws, right, out of Bo, how many of those throws, out of 100, did you say, oh, wow, dang, that was a great throw right there? And I'm not trying to start anything. I just really want to know.
I don't know out of 100, but I can say today, I believe he had, how many? 33 throws. And I think there was 4 or 5 of them.
You're like, oh, my
Well, I was
goodness,
like,
what a...
that was a nice throw. I mean, whether it was like, you know,
Which one, yeah?
to Vele where he split the safeties.
That was a great throw.
The boot.
That was a heck
Great
of a
throw.
throw. Down the middle of
Look,
the
hey,
field.
you heard? I said G word.
Yeah, great. Clip it. You got to clip it in here, you know what I'm saying?
That one to Vele
That
was the
was-
best
that was
pass I think
amazing.
I've seen Bo make
Very good.
this year, I think.
Not only
Honestly.
just accurate,
Yeah.
with velocity.
Let 'em?
And
And split the
everything.
safeties?
Yes.
Oh, my
And you're talking about
God.
2 safeties. You're talking about Justin Simmons and Jesse Bates, who as a tandem
Two of the best,
have over
yeah.
50 interceptions in their career. That was a very, very accurate throw by him. Also, for me, I think the pass to Lil Jordan Humphreys, like, it was perfect to the point where it wasn't like, oh my gosh, it's so amazing, but it was perfect because he put it right on him and allowed him to run and score a touchdown with a run after the catch.
One at the end there.
No. Remember that he ran the boot, hit Lil Jordan Humphreys over, and then Lil Jordan Humphreys ran and carried in there. Like, I think that was
But
a
there
great
was
throw
no one there,
too.
though.
Doesn't matter. You have to put it on him so he can run.
I think even the
Because
fumble.
at times he put it behind him.
Yeah.
You know?
I get that.
I think
get
even
that.
the fumble catch down the middle of the field when he needed the first down,
Yeah.
right? And they ended up picking it up. You know, they supposed to be in the drop. We got
Let
blessed.
him right in his hands.
I mean, to put that in the position where only your guy can come up with that
Right,
ball,
right.
when it's 2 guys on him in that situation, he put it perfectly where only his guy can go up and get that route. Just his improvement of doing things like that is where those are wild balls. Those are balls that make you go, dang.
I guess that was the reason why I was asking, because honestly,
Yeah.
I've watched all those games and I've seen throws and I was like, okay, that was decent. Today was my first day where that one across the middle of the Vele,
Like,
where I was
whoa.
like, bro,
That's that guy.
that's what I want to see.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I want to see that when you're about to get sacked and you got to make one,
And
make
whip
a
it.
decision and rip
Yes,
it.
sir.
So yeah, one for me.
All right. Well, I'm glad you decided to open your eyes and see.
No, stop.
But before we go any further, I got to tell you about our friends over at Toyota. Toyota is the official vehicle of the DNVR. And if you are trying to get ready for the snow, for the winter, you got to check out our friends over at Toyota. They have over 17 models with available all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive, like the Epic 4Runner. They want to keep you definitely protected and safe and ready to conquer anything. I love Toyotas. I'm trying to get my hand on a Toyota myself. My son, his birthday just passed, so it's time for us to get him a car, and we're definitely going to make sure that we get him a Toyota. It's the safest vehicle out there, and you want to be protected. So we want you guys to visit your Front Range Toyota stores at a location near you. We have the Auto Nation Toyota Arapahoe in Centennial, the Corwin Toyota in Boulder, the Groove Toyota in Littleton, Mountain States Toyota in Denver, Stevenson's Toyota East in Aurora, and Stevenson's Toyota West in Lakewood. Toyota, the official automotive partner of the NFL and the official vehicle of DNVR.
What's up? Shout out to our partners at UC Health. Oh, man, we're talking about men's health right now. So data shows that men are more reluctant to go seek health care, which means that we're more susceptible to health problems. Let's make sure we reach out to our physicians and go out and try to make sure we get our wellness checked. And one way UC Health is doing this is that they got a website where you can go and sign up and you can get scheduling for your screenings, and they're making it even more convenient. Go download the app, UC Health app, and you can actually get the features right there where you can sign up, make your appointment, and it's right at your fingertips. So go do that. And they recommend that every 1 to 3 years that you go get your checkups, especially for those men that's 64 years old. Excuse me. And, you're going to have screenings for, for skin. You're going to have for your colon, for blood work. They're going to test your blood sugar. They're going to test your liver, kidney. They're going to do all that. So if you want to get in on your health, let's make sure we talk about it with our friends, our family members. Make sure we take care of it, man. We got to be there for our families as much as possible. The biggest question that I have for you guys, what do you see yourselves 20 years from now, and what do health look like for you? Because I know for a lot of times we don't think about it. We just think about the now, right? And the now right now is a lot of people like sugar. A lot of people like fatty foods. A lot of people like carbs. Let's break that down, get some healthy nutrition in you, and get to it. And if you want to do it, let's talk to where we at? Okay, let's talk about this tomorrow with all your friends. Join the Man Health conversation at uchealth.org/manshealth.
So we've been talking a little bit about Bo, a lot about Bo. I think he deserves, all the conversation we had tonight. He's been playing extremely well and went on to have a career day. I think that, he's going to continue to have more days like this. And the most impressive thing for me about Bo is that he continues to get better, like week in and week out. The problems that he's had with, the happy feet, not being able to throw the ball, he's kind of cleaned those up. His ability to, make more plays downfield, lead guys. In the passing game, I think he's getting better week in and week out, and I think he's going to do more to help this team. But I want to talk about another guy that I feel like helped the team today, Javonte. I don't know. You could tell us how it is at running back. Felt like somebody was coming for his job. It felt like, Audric Estime was going to be the starter. He had done enough last week to really be that guy. What was it about Javonte that was different today? Because I felt like he was running with a different intensity.
Yeah, it's just he was decisive. He saw the holes, and he one foot, and get downhill. That's what you saw with him today. I think up front they opened up the holes a little bit better. But at the end of the day, I think he just ran hard. You saw that down in the red zone in that long run that he scored on. He lowered his shoulder on the safety, kept his legs moving, then the line got behind him, and they got in the end zone, right? So just all those things is a confidence booster, being decisive and getting downhill. But I still don't know if they know, as a team, as a coaching staff, who's the number one guy, right? Because they're still all over the place with different backs in there. And maybe that's the kind of season it's going to be, like where everyone gets a little feel, back there in the backfield. So it was just a good day. I don't think it was a great day, but, average 6.6 on the ground. So you like to see that. And no fumbles by my guys. So at the end of the day, at the end of the day, we got the job done. We were able to at least keep the ball moving and staying down the distance, short down distance, and convert.
Yeah, he definitely had a much better day than he had, the past couple games, averaging 6.6 yards.
We still don't have a 100-yard rusher, though.
I know.
Come on.
But I think we're doing it by committee, so it's tough when you're doing it, rush by committee. Nobody had even over 10 carries today, which is tough. Javonte only had 9 for 59, which averaged 6.6 yards a carry, which is really weird when you think about a team. Nobody having 10 yards carries.
I think that's what is going down. Sean Payton's making these guys earn it. I think none of them have stood out to him. None of them have done anything really impressive. Right. So he's making them earn it week in and week out, and he's changing their starter up week in and week out. You don't know who's going to get that starting call. Yeah. So it's really keeping them boys on their toes, where it's like they got to work hard, and we're going to give you the feed for what you're going to get. But y'all not our main focus right now, right?
And it's funny because it's like he really is putting the pressure on them, because it's like, if y'all don't get it done, I'm just going to throw Marvin Mims in the backfield, and none of y'all see the
None of y'all going to see it, yeah.
So he's definitely putting the pressure on them to, make plays. But I thought Javonte had a really good day today. Got in the end zone, also did a good job, catching the ball out of the backfield. He was 4 for 28, 7 yards a pop.
Yeah. All right, listen, I'm already thinking about this draft. Who I want as running back. I want Gentry, man.
You're going all the way to the draft right now?
Right now, man. I need Gentry.
We got a whole back end of this
first pick.
season.
You think Gentry's still there?
Yeah, I think he's there. I think he's there.
No, we're not going to the playoffs, baby. We ain't going to be picking in no top 10.
Yeah, I think he'll be there at 20.
Okay.
He'll be there at 20. Okay. 20-something, if anything.
Travis Hunter too?
Nah, he's going early. But right now, I think that's their first pick. All right, just put me in the books for that one. We'll see.
All right, lock it in. All right, we talked a little bit about the offense. Let's switch over to the defensive side of the ball. Who stood out to you guys today on the defensive side of the ball?
So for me, I was kind of like more like defense did a great job today, right? They did a good job being consistent. I think no one, to me personally, stood out to where it's like you just dominated for the defense today. Okay. I think everybody just played a great, consistent game.
A team game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, everybody was up in there stopping the run, 50 yards. Everybody was there putting pressure on the quarterback. Mm-hmm. We came out, 3-4 sacks today. And then we didn't we gave up probably 2 or 3 deep balls. That's about it. Mm-hmm. I think it was just an overall good game across the board. So for myself, I couldn't point out just one person that just stood out and just dominated for the defense side of this ball.
No.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I got to go to the line again. I got to go Benito and them boys up front.
Yep.
That's just for me. Consistently putting pressure on these quarterbacks and keeping them, sacking them and things like that. So, I'm just going to go the defensive line or Benito on that side, just for what he's been doing for 9 straight weeks.
9. Yeah, again.
8 straight weeks. 8, 9, whatever.
Again, Nick Benito has 7 tackles, 2 sacks. Malcolm Roach had 3 tackles, 1 sack. John Franklin Myers had 3 tackles, 1 TFL. So I think the front 4 definitely winning 8 today. But I got to give a shout out to Cody Barton. He only had 4 tackles today, but he did have that big interception on Kirk Cousins.
Of his career.
And, he's playing really good ball. A lot of times when the starter goes down, you never know what that guy behind him is going to do. Like, you hope he's going to do good. And we know that. I at least knew that Cody Barton was a good player, but I feel like he's outplaying what anybody thought he was going to do for this year.
And like you said, that's what you look for in your guys, right? The backups come in and step in and fill in the roles. And this defense is good enough for you to be able to come in and understand what needs to be done, and they be able to help you out. So he probably be out there making small little mistakes, and you won't even know it because this defense is so good to make up for that. And when you have a defense that good, it allows you to go out there and make those few mistakes and be able to come in every week and be confident and say, hey, I can mess up a little bit, but I know I can ball too, right? And I think that's what's getting to him is like, hey, I don't got to worry about messing up. I know my DBs and my line, they got me. Let me go out here and fly around and participate in what's out there to offer. And he's doing it. Like you say, 4 interceptions on the season?
I think on
his career. 4 interceptions in his
career.
career. He got 2 this season?
Yeah, I think he has 2.
2 this season. Yeah. So he's definitely filling in the role we need him to do.
Definitely doing a good job of filling in. We got to talk about one more guy that filled in today. A guy that we didn't hear his name all day, but sometimes as a DB, that's a good thing. Devin Key came in for Brandon Jones. He was injured before today, so he was inactive. And coming off his last game as a starter, which was the Ravens game, we watched the film. Hey, if you could be critical about Bo, we could be critical about everybody.
Right.
But he didn't play a good game against the Ravens. But I feel like today you didn't hear his name. And a lot of times as a DB, you would much rather have a game like that than when they're calling your name left and right.
Yeah. Just did his job. Just did his job at the end of the day. They all did. So, yeah, I'm with you on that.
That's what you look for. Use your DBs to stand tall. And they did that for sure.
DBs were playing well. The defense was playing well. Held the Falcons to 6 points. Where do you think this defense is? Do you think they're ready to be like, the Ravens game I felt like was a fluke.
Okay.
Do you feel like they're ready to be the number 1 defense in the league? A defense that can be given a nickname, a defense that can be feared. Where do you feel like this team or this unit is?
They definitely close to it.
A nickname? No, I'm not there yet for the nickname.
Not nickname. They definitely close to being at least top 2
in the league.
Yeah,
they're close to being top 2 defense in the league for sure.
Well, look at the people who are playing. So yeah, them stats can go up. You can run up these stats on these next couple of teams.
Like these are pro
Let's
teams.
be real. Who cares? Everyone's pro. Yeah, everyone's good.
Exactly.
But they're not. But
so
they're
you mean
not
the Chiefs? They held the Chiefs to 1 touchdown.
Yeah, no, that's great.
That's big time, right?
That's big time.
Okay.
So if they do it
time.
to the Chiefs, who else are they supposed to do it to? The teams that's not good, right?
They held the Falcons
better
to
do
a
it to them.
season low 6 points. That's
They better
good.
do
They
it to
got to
them.
do that.
They had the Falcons to a
definitely
season
do
low
it.
6 points. That's good, right?
Yeah, that's decent.
Hold on, wait. Let me pull up
That's
the
decent.
schedule so I can, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, who they got coming up? The Raiders, who's their quarterback? Okay, that's a dub. All right, the Browns, who's their quarterback? That should be a dub. The Colts, okay, who's their quarterback? That should be a dub. You know what I'm saying? Like,
when
these
the Bucs
teams
are averaging almost 40 yards a game, they held them to 7 points. That's good, right?
The next 3 games?
They should win the next 3 easy.
Oh, they have to.
Easy.
Absolutely. And I think that's a great place to be. And I mean, we'll be right now, we're 6-5, get to 9-5. Then you're not worried. I think you can drop a game. You could drop a game towards the end of the season and you're still going to make the playoffs. After
one out of the last 3, which is the Bengals, Chiefs, Chargers.
And that's the toughest stretch.
Yeah.
That's the toughest stretch. And even the Chargers are behind us on the road to the playoffs, but I think they're a very talented team.
Interesting.
We have the wild card spot right now over the Chargers, over the Bengals, but I still think the Bengals are a really good team.
But shoot, to your question, I think they can be the best team in the NFL.
Definitely.
For sure.
Definitely.
All right, guys, we got to take a break real quick because I got to tell you about our friends over at Bird Call. Bird Call was brought in tonight for everybody. And Jurrell, didn't you enjoy your Bird Call sandwich?
Talk about it. Talk about a nice, warm, soft bun.
Buns.
Nice.
Warm, soft buns.
No, buns. Don't ever look at the camera.
The chicken was nice and moist.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nice.
Hey,
if you guys didn't know, they were voted
Bird Call.
Denver's best chicken sandwich in the Westworld Reader's Choice Award. And as here comes more Bird Call coming down.
Bird in the box. Got the bird in the box. Got the bird in the
Call
box.
was hatched in Denver, Colorado, and now has 8 restaurants across the Front Range. With more opening soon, get over to Bird Call and get your hands on a bird in a box. Right now, DMVR fans can score 20% off at Bird Call with promo code DMVR. Get down to Bird Call or order online at eatbirdcall.com and grab this offer now through the end of the month.
Look. Just look how soft that is.
Look at them buns.
Just look at
them
that.
buns. See, I'm done with you.
Wait, hold on.
I'm done with.
You can't beat Bird Call. You can't beat Bird Call. And if you guys want to, make some money so you can buy yourself some Bird Call, you got to check out our friends over at Bet365. Again, tonight, some of our picks hit. We had what do we have? Let me go back because I know.
For sure had a sack, right? By Benito.
Sack by Benito, plus 135. That hit. I think that we did a great job picking some picks. Adam Troutman, his yards hit. So, we're doing a great job putting together these picks for you guys. So we don't want you guys to miss out on this money. So you guys got to go over to Bet365 and get yourself an account. And as an official partner of the DMVR, new customers now can get $150 in bonus bets when you bet $5, and you get 2 months of Avalanche Plus courtesy of Bet365. Sign up, use code DMVR365. Deposit $10 and place a bet of $5 to get $150 in bonus bets. And you get the code for Outdo Plus courtesy of Bet365. Let's talk about, the next 2 games coming up. We can kind of look ahead a little bit. I mean, not that you should overlook anybody in the NFL, but we have the Raiders and the Browns. It feels like a win-win to me.
I always hate to do that because, it's the NFL. Anything happen any week. But these are win-win games. Like, come on, brother.
Yeah.
We got to win these. And, we played some tough-fought games at the beginning of this season, which we end up letting slip away.
Yeah.
And we're talking about making playoff pushes and going to be the best. And I don't see that happening anytime soon. Bo is really on a freaking blazer right now, and he's like his head is on fire. He's steaming, and I don't see him slowing down one bit. So I see these next 2 weeks for sure wins.
How do you feel about it? No.
Yeah, we're talking about 2 teams that are not very good, especially in the Raiders. A lot of turmoil with the Raiders. Going through a lot of things over there. We took care of business the first game versus them. So yeah, I would assume that this has to be another one. Sweep them in this series, and just move forward. So yeah, this is definitely. Is it a home game for us? Home game?
No, we go to Vegas this time.
Okay. I don't think that's gonna be a big problem, but take advantage of these games, and they're not very good.
No, they're not very good. I mean, the Raiders got blown out today by the Dolphins. The Browns got blown out today by the Saints. I think this is a good opportunity for the Broncos to get to 8-5 before their bye. And we all know once you get the bye, especially this bye, I feel like it's a perfectly timed bye. Like, what I'm saying? Get to the bye, you guys get healthy, everybody is fresh. Nobody wants the early season buys because it's like we're not ready to take a break yet. But this one, I feel like it's perfectly timed to where the Broncos will be in a winning streak. They can take a step back, look at how they played through the first bit of their season, kind of, get a jump start before the playoffs.
I don't think it's not even just that. Like, literally, like, you got, after that bye, 3 games.
Yeah.
3 games. One of those games you got to, I say again, another kind of for sure win with the rookie quarterback over there in Indy who's not doing crazy hot, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Then you finish it off with your next 2 opponents at the end of the season. I think they're sitting in the prime position at this moment to get themselves into the playoffs and be on a hot streak for it. So I think, Bo just keep being him and keep on rising to occasion and not forcing plays, not doing anything like that. Go, like you said, go get healthy, relax a little bit, go vacate, go enjoy yourself, get your mind off of this football for a minute, and get ready for a good little stretch and get yourself into a playoff run. And it's going to become playoff ball a little early. Yeah. And that's what they got to do.
Yeah, it's going to be like really intense games, and I think they're going to be important. Make sure you guys give us a thumbs up for this podcast. And once again, we're presented by Bet365. So head to Bet365, download the app, and use code DNVR365 at sign up. All right, now let's get to the UC Health Player of the Game. I don't think there's really much question about who this is. It's a guy that was out there outplaying everybody, 28 of 33. That means he only had 5 incomplete passes, if you don't know how to read. The completions versus incompletions, 307 yards, 4 TDs, first game of over 300 yards. I don't see any reason why he won't be Rookie of the Week again. He may even be AFC Player of the Week, depending on how the rest of the games go. But 300 yards, 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. I think he has a really good case for it.
Yeah, it was a good game for sure. Did we have any drops today? Because that could have even been better.
Yeah, we did.
I feel like we had 1 or 2.
We had 2. We had 2 for sure drops, which was like in the guy's hands. One was I want to say the tight end, if I wasn't mistaken, and then Mims dropped one dead in his chest.
Yep.
And then I can't go. I don't want to go make up another one.
Well, that could have been
I know
even
those
better.
2 for sure. But definitely could have had a great day.
He's at over 80% completion percentage. I see a lot of the people in the Toyota chat talking about Knowshon's a hater. I know you're not, so I'm going to give you the floor right now.
Knowshon's
I
not
want
a
you
hater,
to express
guys.
to the people how you feel about Bo.
No, I thought, like I said in the beginning of the
Don't
show.
get teary-eyed, man. It's not, you know what I'm saying? It's not.
Oh my goodness. No, I told you it was a great game, man. I thought it was a really good game by Bo. And what I keep on getting impressed about is like what you said earlier, Todd. No happy feet. Sit in a pocket. Okay, if it's not there, be decisive, take off. But then keep your eyes down the field. Make plays if you have to, right?
Yep.
Off-balance plays. And at the end of the day, like I keep on saying, and I'll keep on saying it each week, if he continues it, is he's protecting the rock.
Yep.
He's protecting the ball, not giving it to the other team in the short field or wherever the case may be.
Definitely.
So that's always going to be great. So, yeah, I think he's doing well. And each week he keeps on getting better. What else can you really ask for? And if this defense keeps on playing how they're
I know
playing.
something you can ask for, though.
What?
We can ask for Knowshon to go ahead and chug.
Oh,
Nah,
shoot.
nah.
This is not a running
That's
on
over.
bet.
It's like all the
Was
shit
it
I
an
win,
old running
all
back?
the stuff I win, y'all just sit around, just chill.
Wait, what
and
did-
then when y'all win, y'all
What
like,
have you won?
No, Sean win. No, all that stuff is over. That's out the window.
We got to reset bets now?
We got to reset this one.
Yeah, y'all done. I'm done with y'all.
Shoot.
I love it. I love
I'm
it.
done with y'all.
We'll make a bet in the pregame show next week, and hopefully, and it's against the Raiders, so I feel like, you know what I'm saying?
Another 300 game?
300 is a lot, bro. 300 is a lot of
Talking about the Raiders,
yards.
guys.
That's
So wait,
big.
why y'all?
But no.
Come on, guys.
300 is a lot, bro.
A quarterback is not just coming out here
I
every
would-
week and putting up 300
but
yards.
I would even
to
say
go out here and bet
tomorrow-
on that. Like I get,
not even doing that.
I appreciate
I
you
would
bet
say-
365, but I don't make those type of bets. I
I
make
would
bets that
say-
I know I can win.
We'll put it this
In my
way.
favor, right?
You feel me?
I think he
Come
can double
on.
it back versus this team. So stop. I think he can, and that's crazy. Y'all not
That means
saying
you
he
have-
can.
We're not saying
That
that
means
he
you have
can't.
faith in Bo, and I'm cool with that. So, you know what I'm saying? Even today, they got beat 34-19, and Tua only had 288 yards. And they got beat 34-19. That's what I'm saying. 300-yard games, they tough to come by. So I'll give you 280, 250 at the most.
250.
But
Well, the running bet was supposed to be 225.
Yeah.
225,
going
3
higher.
times.
So low.
225,
He
2
going higher.
times.
Guys, you guys can go back and see what we did in those.
Uh-oh.
You can rewind it.
Shout out to Ryan Casey. Call it like you see it. Chug, chug, chug.
Chug
The one and
love.
only Ryan Casey. Let's talk about Marvin Mims real quick. I know it's a jump from Bo, but he was completing passing the Bo. Marvin Mims has been utilized a lot more than we expected in the season. Early on, it felt like he wasn't going to be a piece of this offense at all. But today, they handed him the rock a few times. He had a couple catches as well. He had a nice wheel route at the backfield. And that's the great thing about putting a wide receiver at running back that can actually run the rock a little bit, is that he's a mismatch for any linebacker trying to cover him.
Yeah. I think he's just finding his place. They're finding plays for him to get him open in space and using their speed. You know what I'm saying? So we were looking for it earlier in the season, like, where's Mims? Where's Mims?
Yep.
But I think they finally found something like, okay, we can use them all over the place. Yeah. So it's really great to see, especially heading into these last couple weeks. We're going to need them, you know what I'm saying? And we're going to need them, on special teams as well.
Yeah, and Mims is a young player for us, so he's not anybody we have to think about giving a new contract to right away. We have him under contract for a couple years, so it's good to find what he's best at to be able to utilize him for the near future. Is there anybody else you guys want to give a shout out to that you feel like had a good game that didn't go mentioned or we didn't highlight?
I just want to give dog. I know we always talk about him a lot, but I want to give my dog Courtland a shout out. I know he didn't get no tug or nothing today, but he came up with some big plays today. I know we've been tough on him making those tough catches and being a little bit of alligator arms on us, T-Rex arms. But today he rose to occasion. I think I'm not even saying necessarily just his play out there. I just love to see after the play, right? Yeah. Some guys can be veterans, some guys can be a-holes, and when they see the young guys performing, they can go off to the sideline and be a sour to the sideline, right? Exactly. And you see him after every big play. He running up to his guys, showing them love, giving them congratulations. And that's what you look out of your vets. You want to show your young guys that they doing their thing, and you want to give them their credit. And he's been doing that. So I want to give Courtland some love for that, for sure.
And I think he's been playing so well that they started utilizing him as kind of like a decoy. Yeah. They would have him and the whole offense, motion to one side or run a swing pass to the one side, and they would hit Vele on the backside because everybody's worried about Courtland Sutton. So I agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have anyone. Same thing. Like, it was just a total team effort today. Yeah. So I mean, it's really, like you said, it's really hard to pinpoint one person. So no, I agree with both of you. I'm with you. I'm with you on that. You know what I mean? And then again, the play calling from Champagne.
Play calling was on point, man. I think he called everything, at the right times. The screens, the downfield routes, even running the ball. This team was like 24th in total defense, but they were better at protecting the run than they were the pass. And I felt like the Broncos were able to run at will against them, so they did a good job today. Before we get out of here, I got to tell you about our friends over at Coors Light. Coors Light, if you guys want to choose chill, you got to check out our friends over at Coors Light. We got the sign right behind us. I've had a few Coors Lights today. That's why this ad read sounds like it does. But if you want to choose chill, you got to check out our friends over at Coors Light. If you want to relax, chill out, enjoy the great day that Bo Nix had. If you are a believer like Knowshon is, it's a great time to sit back, chill, and enjoy yourself a Coors Light. And you know that Coors Light is ready for you and the crew when the mountains turn blue. Those are the Rockies on the Coors can, and you can enjoy it when those turn blue because it's just the right temperature. You can make the most out of the times you choose to chill. Choose Coors Light. Get Coors Light delivered straight to your door with Instacart by going to CoorsLight.com/DNVR. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company in Golden, Colorado. All right, let's hit these super chats.
Was that the last ad read?
Oh, no.
Oh, I might have one. Yeah, I got
Thank you.
I got my friends over.
Yeah.
Hey, can't forget your friends over at West Air Credit Union. All right, West Air Credit Union was founded in 1934 here in Denver, the Denver metro area, with 9 locations, started by 9 teachers. And the thing is, helping you prosper, financially prosper, all right? And educating you, because education is their thing, right? And you see that in all the interactions they have with their members every single time that they're in interaction with them. So love what they do over there at West Air Credit Union. They have a smart money checking. Smart money checking account is awesome for those who want to make small deposits and earn big earnings. You can earn up to 6% annual percentage yield on your first $2,000 each month. That's up to $120 a year. Then your next chunk of money will make you 3% APY and so on. In addition to the interest you earn, these accounts also come with a reward, a debit reward card. You know what I'm saying? So with no monthly fees, no maintenance fees, and a lot more, right? So go over there and check them out. You can earn money by doing the things you're doing right now with your checking account. So go over and visit westairecu.com/smartmoney for more details. Membership eligibility required, insured by NCUA, and restrictions and conditions apply.
All right, you're here. I think I heard the chime. I think it's time to bring in our guy, Zac Stevens. Stadium today. That was a huge win from the Denver Broncos and a huge game from Bo Nix.
Yeah, an absolutely monster game. And guys, Rookie of the Year conversation is definitely heating up with Bo Nix. Entering this week, he was plus 1,400, had the second best odds to be the Rookie of the Year. Jaden Daniels was a big favorite, minus 1,400, but the gap just got so much smaller. And I wouldn't be surprised if Bo actually takes the lead after this, because we need to stop with the Rookie of the Year conversation, or we need to really ramp it up. But Pat Surtain said, no. It needs to be even crazier than that. He said in the locker room, Bo's playing at an MVP level right now. And I'll tell you what, it's hard to disagree with that. Certainly when you look at today, 300 passing yards, 4 touchdowns, 85% completion. Knowshon can't handle how good Bo was in this game because he had a career game in passing yards, in touchdowns, in completion percentage, 145 passer rating. Now, will he enter the MVP conversation? Of course not. He's going to have to do this for the rest of the season to really get there. But when you take a big step back since week 3, Bo has like a 7.5 to 1 touchdown to interception ratio. That is insane. That is actually MVP worthy. Now, obviously, he has to have more games of 3 and 4 touchdowns in order to enter that, but that's just how good he's playing right now. Pat Surtain said he's him. He is him, and boy, does this team 100% believe in Bo Nix, just like Knowshon does, right, Knowshon?
Hey, if he keeps on doing that, for sure. Love it.
I'm gonna do this for Knowshon. Hey, let's leave that talk out of it. We ain't there. We ain't there. MVP ain't there. We ain't there. He's definitely having a hell of a season, but he ain't there.
MVP not there. That's fair. That's fair.
What do you have for us from that Broncos locker room after the press conference? Did you hear from Sean? How do you feel about Bo's first 300-yard game? Was he excited? Was he nonchalant? We know, Sean can be all the above.
Yeah, well, we know, especially after wins, Sean typically is more critical of the team. After losses, he builds them up and tries to keep their morale high. After today, come on, guys. I mean, you win by 32 points. You put up 38 points on offense. You don't allow a touchdown on defense. There was nothing for Sean to be critical about. So this was a rare moment where Sean, you could tell he was thrilled after this win. He owns the NFC South 4-0. He beat the Saints. He beat the Falcons. He beat the Panthers. He beat the Bucks this season. And there's no better division for him to do that against his former division. He was asked about that in the post-game press conference, and he took a minute and said, I could make a smart comment right now, but I'm going to decide not to. So he almost gave us a viral moment, but didn't after this. And he's thrilled with Bo's performance. And when talking about it, he said, you have to see it in order to be confident. You have to do that in order to feel like you belong. And he said, Bo belongs. And to me, there's just absolutely no doubt about that right now. And that's why he's going to shoot up and maybe be the favorite for the Rookie of the Year. He feels so comfortable. And what's so encouraging is he just continues to take steps every single week. Obviously, the stat sheet really displayed that this week, but he did it with the eye test last week in Arrowhead. He did what needed to be done to get that win over the Chiefs. Obviously, we know how it ended there. And then the Broncos said, we're not going to leave any doubt. We're not going to leave it to a final field goal, just like the Bears tried to today and missed. No, they weren't leaving it to that. They were going to absolutely come out swinging, and that was the thing that Sean Payton pointed to that he was proud of the most from this game. was the way the Broncos responded in that loss to the Chiefs. Many Broncos players in the locker room just told me, man, we beat the Chiefs. We felt like we had that absolutely ripped away from us. There wasn't that much talk being that bold about it during the week. But Sean said, man, we prepared incredibly well this week. And we knew that the key to this game, Knowshon's going to like this one, Jurrell's going to like this one too. The key to this game was winning the rushing battle. If we were going to, that means we had to stop Bijan Robinson, who Sean, man, just spoke, gave tons of credit to Bijan. He's a really talented back. But the other key was then also being able to run the ball. And today was Javonte Williams' day. Just as everyone was counting Javonte Williams out, he goes and runs for over 6 yards per carry. Jaleel and Audric Estime kind of take a back seat, even though, I mean, Audric Estime is still leaping over guys out there. So Sean said that was the key, and that's the thing he was the most proud of, was the way this team responded.
Definitely. And not even just the run game, Zach. I think he did a good job of setting up those screenplays. I think he did a good job. Got 2 touchdowns off the screenplay, which was a great key. And those are like runs, right? You get to catching the ball behind our scrimmage, and you taking them down the field. I think that was huge. But the biggest thing, I think, what was the biggest factor in the week? And what did you see on that sideline over there that got those guys so riled up on the defense side of the ball, where these guys held them 50, talking about winning the run game, they had on the 50 yards rushing the whole game. What was the difference today than it was the last couple of weeks, where these guys was letting these guys run for 80 to 100 yards a game?
Yeah, Jurrell, they changed their mindset. They wanted to be the bullies. They didn't want to get bullied, and man, did that front seven really take that personal. And especially, I think it started with Sean and Vance's message throughout the week of, look, if we want to win this game, we have to stop number 7. I did not feel like I was watching a top 5 running back in the NFL, a top 5 pick, number 7 with Bijan. He looked incredibly average. And watch, next week he's probably going to go out and run for 100 yards against whoever the Falcons are playing. The Broncos made him look so average today, and that was just so key for this game. And you could tell that the defense just took it personal. And they said, look, we held the Chiefs to 16 points last week. We should probably win that game when you hold Patrick Mahomes to 16 points. We're not even going to let the Falcons get close to that. And to not allow a team to get in the end zone, I mean, I don't have to tell you guys, you three all know how hard that is. It's just an incredible feat, especially for a team that moves the ball so well. The Falcons had the 5th most yards in the NFL entering this game, and boy, did the Broncos shut them down. And I think it was really key. Bo Nix said the most important play of the game was that first 3rd and long. When the Broncos didn't get anything on 1st and 2nd down, they had a 3rd and 9. Bo steps up in the pocket, hits Courtland Sutton for a first down. Broncos go on to score a touchdown that drive. Broncos go on to score a touchdown in 4 of their first 5 drives. And then on the defensive side of the ball, it was that first, because it was that first drive when the Falcons enter the red zone, and it's like, oh man, is this going to be a shootout? Are we looking at 31-30 in this game? And then the Broncos held them out of the red zone. That was a huge moment for this game. And then the defense really never looked back and only got better from there on.
Yeah, for sure. I love it, Zach. But hey, I mean, I'm just going back to the run game again. I know you talked, said that Javonte did a good job today in the run game. I think he did. I mean, 6.6 average on the ground. But, bro, it's still not enough for me, Zach. And why only 9 carries? I just don't understand. Yeah. They're spreading it around maybe too much. And if he's averaging 6.6 carry, why not feed him a little bit, especially when you're up late in the game like this? I just don't understand. I think it's still mediocre play for the running backs for me. And why are you seeing that? Why is that?
That's totally understandable, Knowshon, and especially coming from a running back. You see 6.6 yards per carry. This guy should be getting 150 rushing yards, and yet he's still limited under 100 rushing yards. Broncos still don't have a 100-yard rusher, and probably since you played, Knowshon. And it's but that just shows. I think Sean wanted to help Bo out here with these numbers and really build this confidence. Because when you look, but credit to Bo and Sean, they got everyone involved in the passing game. I think everyone that stepped on the field got a catch here. And as Jurrell said, they also use Marvin Mims as a running back a ton, and they use that screen game to really supplement the running game here. 2 of the exact same play, the exact same screen pass, scored a touchdown for Troy Franklin, scored a touchdown for Marvin Mims, and you really saw Sean get into his bag in this game. I thought this was probably the best game that Sean Payton has called from an offensive perspective, probably in his entire career with the Broncos. So we're talking about over almost 30 games here. I thought he did a fantastic job really using Marvin to create space. I mean, how about that pass where he's coming out of the backfield and then Bo just drops it right to him? That was fantastic. Also using Troy Franklin a little bit like that. And we're finally seeing Marvin Mims be utilized like the second-round pick that he was. I mean, it seemed like they had just turned Marvin Mims into a pure returner until last week when they started to line him up as a running back. I think this is just going to be a staple of the Broncos' offense, is a smaller guy and Marvin Mims acting as a running back.
Yes, I think so, man. I think it's going to be a good thing for the Broncos offense. And we always asked about like how Marvin Mims would be used, and it seems like they found a good niche for him now, and I think it's going good. If you guys love us and you love Zach, calling in, you got to give us a thumbs up. But Zach, I want to ask you about the defensive side of the ball. Who did that? How you do that? That's new.
He said, "How'd you do that?"
I like it. I like it.
Did I spark that? Did I spark that, or was that you here?
Wow.
Back activation. Oh, that's fine.
That's amazing.
Let's talk about the defensive side of the ball a little bit. Nick Bonito having a 2-sack game. Malcolm Roach having a sack. Jonah Ellis having a sack, playing against his brother. Talk about the defense and how they were able to get after their Kirk Cousins today.
My goodness. I mean, when you, just like I felt, like I was saying about Bijan Robinson, how it just did not feel like they were going up against a top 5 running back in the NFL. It did not feel like they were going up against a top dangerous tight end, a really deep, good receiving core. Drake London, it looked like he was maybe going to have a huge game in the first quarter, and then he disappeared the second, third, and the fourth quarter. And guys, I know Broncos country got a little uptight when the inactives came out, when Brandon Jones was not going to play, because that meant Devin Key was going to play a big role in this game. 2 weeks ago when he played a big role, we obviously know it was a tough game for Devin. Devin's name wasn't called once today. So credit to him, credit to the rest of the secondary for stepping up, PJ Locke, Pat Surtain, Riley Moss, because they just eliminated this high-flying passing attack and rushing game that the Falcons have. So credit to Vance Joseph as well. He deserves a ton of credit in this win. Again, you guys know more than I do how difficult it is to keep a team out of the end zone, but it was just this mentality. Bo said after the game, man, right when that Chiefs game ended, we wanted to stay on the field and play another 4 quarters because we felt like we were kind of robbed in that game. And he said they just kept that hunger throughout the entire week, and you could really see it on the defensive side this week.
All right, well, thank you, Zach, man. We appreciate your insight, and we can't wait to have you on your show tomorrow at 11 a.m. And we'll see you at 11, man.
Right on. See you, fellas. Thanks for having me on.
That's my guy.
Appreciate you. That's the man right there. All right, before we get out of here, we got to, tap into these super chats, see what the people are saying. Some people said some stuff about Knowshon that's not true, so we're going to see what happens. Oh, No Fly was here today. Shout out to our boys.
Here we go.
Roby, Chris,
the whole squad.
Brew, D Stu, TJ, Akeem. You know what I'm saying? Had the guys out there celebrate. Maybe that's why the defense plays so well. Had a little bit of energy. Yeah, Wolf, Manny, had some good energy out there.
Them jerseys, the unis today was clean.
You liked it? The orange with the blue?
Orange, with the little accent of the blue on there. Yeah.
Hey, teams are coming out with some fire unis.
Gotta coordinate. They gotta coordinate. I don't
know why they didn't have all these uniforms while we was up out there. Like, come on.
All right, first super chat coming in from Ivan Cruz. Man, I hope VJ is back next year. That's tough. He's playing. He's doing his job as defensive coordinator. He's definitely going to get some nods or at least some interviews to be a head coach somewhere. So we'll see. You guys think he'll be back?
Do you think he want to go be a head coach, or do you like being the dog MD coordinator? Not everybody can be a head coach, right?
I talked to him.
He want to be that guy.
He knows he could do it again. He wants another shot.
Okay.
Because I felt like, honestly, when we played for him the first time, like, he was great.
Yeah.
But if you look at our quarterbacks, like, it's a quarterback-driven league. If you don't have a good quarterback, he couldn't draft a quarterback. They wouldn't let him. Like, there was a whole bunch going on, and we had a whole bunch of quarterbacks that are either not playing in the league or are, the third backup to somebody right now. So
gotcha.
I don't think it was a fair opportunity. So, but from him, he does want to be a head coach again. Yeah. He does. Next one coming from Willie Milano. No, who's better, Tebow or Bo?
Oh my God, that's no. Bo was definitely way better.
Oh,
You know what I'm
okay.
saying? I mean,
I don't think
Tim
it's an
couldn't
argument.
throw. I mean, was he a better runner than Tim? No, but I don't need or want my my quarterback to be running like a running back. You know what I'm saying? So no, that's not even a question.
Good answer. Next one coming in from Marcus Bailey. Happy to hit the over on the 5.5 games. Yeah, if you were anybody who took the over-under for Broncos games before the season started, you made a ton of money because the over-under was 5.5 games. They've already hit it 11 games into the season, so found a way to make yourself some money. Yeah. All right, next one coming from Danimo. What's the rest of the NFL and especially KC? Your QB didn't have 85% completion, a perfect passer rating, and a no-look TD pass on a rollout across his body. Too bad, so sad. Less effing Bo.
Okay.
I don't understand the question.
I think he's just making a statement. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think he's just excited about how Bo is, and he, had to.
Let's go,
He had to
Bo!
stun on all the other quarterbacks in the NFL.
He's about 15 quarters in at that point.
He definitely chose chill.
I like it.
Today. Next one coming in from Nick Peterson. Pay Court. That's $3 sign, so it's not a little bit of money. That's a lot of money. You guys think Court needs a new contract? I know he has one more year on his deal as it sits right now. Do you think they need to restructure him to be here for a couple more years to help Bo? How do you guys feel about Court and his situation?
I'm always one to let the guy play out that contract, really. I'm not one to pay you too early. I mean, we saw us do that with Russ and how that bit us in the butt. I mean, two different players, I get it. But I was one of the people that was like, don't pay Russ right now. Let's wait and see. It's the same thing when it comes to Sutton, man. Let him play out his last year. Yeah. And if he balls out, which we're expecting him to do so, I'll pay you. I'll be happy to pay you. Yeah. You know what I mean? But I'm one to wait. What about you? What you think?
No, I'm with you on that. I think, at the end of the day, he this year so far, he haven't put up the numbers for a new contract yet. Mm-hmm. Is he out there helping the team out? Yes. To go out there and get a $3 sign contract, as you said, that's a big dollar sign. Uh-huh. And I don't think it's there. But to go get a veteran-friendly deal to say we want to keep you here to be a mentor and help out players and get them groomed for the next couple years, you can see something like that happening. Yep. And, give him another veteran-friendly deal. I don't see him getting another big contract. Yeah. Not right now from off the performance. Depending on how you finish out, maybe so.
I mean, has he had any year where you're like, bro, I'm going to give him the bag? I mean, I just feel like his years are never like that.
The year before he got hurt. The year before he got hurt when he messed up his knee.
And he made the Pro Bowl.
Yep. Okay. He had that one, and he was like the big talk. Yeah. I remember every week it was Courtland Sutton, the D-ball guy.
I think it's the first time he's had consistent quarterback play. I mean, he had 2 games back-to-back with 100 yards. The last 2 weeks he's had over 70 yards. He's on the road to being, a top 10 wide receiver as long as his quarterback stays consistent. I don't think he needs, multiple quarterbacks.
You be throwing that top 10 shit out a lot.
I do.
It's great. Every week. Hey,
it's great.
I'm gonna make him top 10 for sure.
Next one coming in from Kyle Garcia. Knowshon moves the goalpost more than CU haters. I'm convinced Bo could cure cancer, and Knowshon would still want to see more. Is that
I need to see more after that. You know what I'm saying? What else can you cure? Okay.
How many interceptions did he throw on the way?
Right.
You gotta cure Ebola, COVID, cancer. Mm-hmm. Dang, that's tough.
No, not at all, bro. We've been saying it. Hey, every week he keeps on getting better. Yeah. So hey, you can't ask for too much more. Obviously.
That's all you.
I think it's just been very hard with the way he started the season. Yeah. To make it feel like I'm gonna just jump on it now. If he finished the season out, we got high hopes for next year.
Mm-hmm. But if he started the season, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions, he may be in the conversation for the best rookie season of all time for a quarterback.
True. And that's why we said we'd like to see 2-3 more games after the end of this year kick off. The last 2 games ain't gonna really be that much, right? It's gonna be the finisher up or the icing on the cake. But if he can come out these next 2 weeks and put up these same numbers,
he should.
He the man.
He's
Bo knows, baby.
Ain't no Raiders team. I got 2 wins this season.
Bo knows.
That's what we're saying.
But you guys know it's any given Sunday, especially in the division. Like anytime you play the Raiders, anytime you play the Chiefs, it don't matter what anybody's record is, it's going to be a tough game.
But this is why you say you want to see him do that, right? Because we don't want to see progress right now. Digress. I mean, we want to see progress.
Yeah.
We don't go. Let's not go backwards.
Keep
it's
elevating.
a 2 in whatever team. Let's keep our foot on their throat and do that.
Yep.
So that's what we want to see.
I agree. Next one coming in from E. Lozano. Love the post game, fellas. Keep up the good work.
Appreciate it. Appreciate
Yes,
it.
sir. Yes, sir.
All right, appreciate you, man. Appreciate your super chat coming from E. Lozano. Next one coming in from Rod Blocker. Knowshon gotta believe now that the offense is looking good. I mean, that's what you want to see. You kept talking about the defense and how they were playing well and kept the offense in games. I feel like this day to day, the offense played just as well as the defense.
For sure. To actually put points on the board and let this defense play with a lead. I think this offense is looking better in the pass game. I'm still not sold on the run game. I must say that.
Long way to go.
I must say that. The pass game has been definitely looked better since week 1, and each and every week has gotten better. And Bo looks good, of course, but that run game, I'm not sold on it. I'm not impressed with it yet.
I honestly don't even think it's gonna get any better by the end of the season.
No, I don't think
With
so.
the performance Mims is putting on, those running backs can go ahead and take a back seat.
And
He is another Alvin Kamara.
But guys,
basically.
Can we win? Like, can we really get continue to win or make a long run in the playoffs without a run game? Though
We don't need to this year though. I honestly don't want that for the team. I want the team to go to the playoffs and win the first game, and then after that, whatever happens.
But why? I don't understand.
With Sean Payton with the
why?
Saints.
Because you got to be realistic. Like, you think we're supposed to win I don't think we're supposed to win the Super Bowl right now, but I think we're supposed to put together a good season so that in 2 years we can win the Super Bowl. So I'm not going to be like
Let's just think of
wide-eyed
Sean
and bushy
Payton's
tail.
offense.
Like,
When have they ever
make
just
sense.
had one of the best run games ever? They don't.
They had a good run game with Kamara.
Alvin Kamara, they didn't have a good run game.
It was
solid, but he did a lot
They
of
use a lot
about
of
the
screens
backfield,
and
a lot
get
of
him
backfield,
scats and tosses out the backfield. You give him open space and let him do work.
I don't know.
Mark
man.
was good.
Look,
Mark
that
was
up.
good.
Mark was
Look it up.
definitely good. He had to have over 1,000 yards rushing, right?
Mark was rolling.
So,
But I understand, like,
Go look it up.
He
Mark
utilizes
gave him
them
a lot
for
of
more than
screens.
just running
Production.
the ball. More
Production.
than just running the ball. But all right, man, that's going to do it for the post-game show. I hope you guys had a good time. I had a good time. What do you mean? We did that one, y'all.
Come on,
Okay,
production.
appreciate you. Our producer is having a couple Coors Lights himself, so make sure you guys get some Coors Light, choose chill. And I hope you guys had a good time. We had a good time here on the post-game show. Check us out tomorrow. We'll be live 11 a.m. With the inside scoop, the breakdowns. One more super chat coming in from NG Shata. I respect what Todd says about Court. He is definitely in the top 15 of wide receivers, but needs the targets. I appreciate you, man. You know what I'm saying?
We appreciate the top 15 too.
I can tell by your name you was smart. You know what I'm saying? He's a smart man.
He's a smart man.
But
I appreciate you.
that's what I'm saying. He said top 15. He didn't really agree with you. So it was like one of those bait greeds.
Y'all
Like
ever had
he
the-
agreed a little bit, but really didn't.
Y'all ever had the autocorrect? You know what I'm saying?
And that's even worse.
That wasn't on him.
That's
That was
even
on the
worse. That mean
phone.
AI. That mean AI said he's not top 10.
AI
He's top
not a believer.
15. But nah, we definitely love Court.
Man, well, appreciate y'all watching, man. Make sure you guys hit us with a thumbs up on the way out. Check us out tomorrow morning, 11 a.m. We'll be here live from the studio, breaking down the game and have a lot of details about the game. So check us out, man. Have a good one.
We all silly like the mayor.